Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the first lesson from the Moments, The Lost Child. The first lesson from the Moments, The Lost Child, and written by Mulgraj Anand. The story is written by Mulgraj Anand. And let us come. A child goes to a fair with his parents. To go to fair, it is very happy and interesting. Okay, so here we can see in this story the child a child one child was going to a fair with his parents. He is so happy and excited and wants the toys and sweets displayed there. He is so happy and excited, and also he wants the sweets and toys displayed there. He was going to a fair with his parents and he was so happy and excited, and the thing is that he wants more toffee and sweets, toys and sweets. But his parents don't buy them for him. And the thing is that parents don't buy anything for him. Why then does he refuse when someone else offers them to him? He wanted sweets and toys. He asked his parents to buy for him but refuses. But thing is that the end of the story we can see someone offering him the toys, sweets, what all things he wanted before, but he refuses. Now let us see why why he is refusing all these things. Okay. It was the festival of spring, means it is the season of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity, means all are so happy to go to the fair. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. As we see in the village, while they are going to the fair, some maybe by walking they go to the fair. Some, those who have horses, they ride on the horses and they go for the fair. And some others, they will sit on the bullock cart and slowly they go for the fair. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Here we can see the little child, one little boy, he was so happy and he was running, brimming over with life and laughter, brimming over with overflowing joy. Filled with joy and happiness, he was going with his parents. Come, child, come, call his parents. He was so happy, so he was going here and there. So his parents called him, Come, child, come. As he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. Lagged behind means by fascinating the toys in the shops, he was behind his parents. So his parents was calling him, Come, child, come. Okay, why he was lagged behind the parents? Because he was fascinated by the toys in the shops. He saw the toys in the shop, so he stood there and watching. So his parents called him and he came running. Okay. He hurried towards his parents. By hearing their call, he ran towards his parents. His feet obedient to their call, means he was obedient. He was walking side by them. His eyes still lingering on the residing toys, means His eyes still lingering on the residing toys. He has seen the toys, so he wanted the toys. Though he was walking with his parents, his mind he was full. He was watching. Yeah, he was looking on that toys in the shop. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old, cold stare of refusal in his eyes. He wanted the toys, and lingering means lasting for a long time. He wanted that toys, and residing means left behind as he walked. Okay, and he knew that his parents will not buy for him that toys, but still he could not suppress the desire to have that toys. And I want that toy, he pleaded. Though he knew that his father will refuse to buy that toy, still he said, I want that toy. And it is written, he pleaded, he requested. His father looked at him red-eyed in his familiar tyrant's way. Means his father was not happy, and with red eyes, with angry mood, and with cruel, yeah, in an angry way, he looked at his child. That means he will not ask anymore. Okay, and some of you may be having the same experience. All the things that we ask, we will not be provided by our parents. Sometimes they scold us, some days they refuse, some days with a look we may understand that we will not get that thing. Okay, here also the same way. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender, and giving him her finger to hold, said, Look, child, what is before you? Means his mother come to know. Melted means tender and loving. His mother was so loving, so in order to divert his attention towards other thing, she said, Child, you please hold my hand and you just see before you what all things are there. Okay. It was a flowering mustard field, and what is before you? Ahead of you, it is full of flowering mustard field, and pale like melting gold as it is swept across miles and miles of even land. Means it was colorless and full of mustard field, miles and miles mustard field, and some of you might have seen like that. Okay, a group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings. Means in the mustard fields we can see many dragonflies, and also it is a season of spring, so surely dragonflies will be there, and it was bustling about on their gaudy purple wings. Means extremely bright in their purple wings. Intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. Means not only dragonflies were there, but black bee and butterflies also were there in search of sweetness. The child followed them in the air with his gaze, till one of them could still its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it. Means child's attention was diverted to these dragonflies, butterflies and bees, and child was going behind them, and as soon as he went to catch them, by the time they went away. Gaze means wish. But it would go fluttering, flapping up into the air when he had almost got it in his hands. Means as he was going to catch, by the time it went away. In when we were young, we also tried like that. Okay, we also went behind the butterflies, dragonflies, and to catch hold. Okay, by the when we reach the place, it will go away. When he had almost got it in his hands, okay, then his mother gave a cautionary call, come child, come on the footpath. Cautionary call means warning. Again, his mother, the child was going behind the butterflies, bees and the dragonflies. By the time the mother gave a cautionary call. Cautionary call means warning, that come child, come on the footpath. You come on the footpath. He ran towards his parents by hearing the call. Again, the child ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while. Means again he was obedient. Yeah, he was walking side by side of his parents. Being, however, soon left behind. Though he was walking with them, but after little time he was attracted to many other things, again he was left behind. Attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. First, the child was attracted to toys. Again, the child was attracted to the dragonflies, butterflies, and bees. And here, now the child was again attracted to insects and worms. And here it is, teeming out means to pour or to empty out. Okay, teeming out means empty out. They came to enjoy the sunshine. Insects and worms that came from their hiding place to enjoy the sunshine. Insects may be small animals like mosquito, then flies, like then okay, small insects, okay, and worms. That all things came from their hiding place. Why they came out? To enjoy the sunshine. So the child was attracted towards these insects and worms. Okay. Come, child, come, his parents called from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a wall. Well, means again the child was going behind the insects, little insects and worms. Again, his parents called him, telling, come, child. And grove means a group of trees. Okay. Okay. Grove. Okay, here it is. Say shade of a grove means where they seated, where they sat on the edge of the well where many trees were there. So in that shade they were sitting and they called him. And by hearing their call, the child ran towards them. Grove. Okay, grove, grove, group of trees. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove. Means, so the child was running towards the parents. The parents were sitting on the edge of the well, and many trees were there. And the child was going towards them. But what happens? Many flowers fell on the child as he entered the grove. And forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. So now, here also, the child forgets about his parents, and he was busy in collecting the petals. But lo, he heard the cooing of doves and ran towards his parents. He was collecting the petals. By the time he heard the cooing, the sound of doves, and he ran towards his parents, shouting, yeah, telling, the dove, the dove. The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. Means when he heard he was collecting the petals in his hands, he was so much attracted towards the petals and he was going on collecting. By the time he heard the cooing of doves, means sound of doves, and he forget about the petals and he was running towards his parents shouting, the dove, the dove. Maybe first time he is saying the dove. Okay. The rainy petals dropped from his forgotten hands. Means as he was running towards his parents, the petals everything fallen down from his little hands. Come, child, come, they called to the child who had now gone running in wild capers round the banyan tree. Again and again the parents were calling, come, child, come. They called to the child who had now gone running in the wild capers. Capers means in a skipping moment or in a playful skipping moment. He was like a butterfly, maybe running towards his parents. So, around the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they took the narrow, winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard field. And gathering here also we can see he was running towards his parents, and again he was around the banyan tree, and from there his parents took him, gathering him up. They took the narrow, winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard field, and gathering him, they took him, and they all were going towards the fair through the mustard field. As they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths full of thongs, coverings to the wayful of the fair, and felt at once repelled and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. Means it was full of huge crowds gathering, and many crowds were here and there. So he was fascinated and was in confusion of the world he was entering. He was so happy and he was fascinated and he was in a world of confusion, you can say. Okay. For today it is okay. And let us go through the lesson once again. Read the lesson from first page onwards, from the beginning till first and second page. Okay, please read the page, first and second page. Okay.